Hello. Welcome in, or welcome to Wednesday Flow. I would love to know where you're coming from if you have a moment to write that in the chat. Otherwise, maybe hit the heart or add your donation to let me know that you're here and you can hear me. And we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you. All right, awesome. Of course, I can't read it from here. All good, Marcel, Anne, Marcel, Karen, Massachusetts, Norway. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Okay. Well, welcome. My name is Tina. I'm in Texas, and it's going to be 108 degrees Fahrenheit today. So, I really need to get myself in a nice flow to get myself centered and ready for the day. So let's go ahead and I'd like to start in a seated pose today. A gentle pose, one leg in front of the other. Maybe, I've heard this phrase, unfluff your pillows so you can get your sit bones to attach to the earth. Shoulders over your hips, head above your heart, and your hands wherever they're comfortable on your lap, or if you're like me, on your cat or dog. And from here, allow yourself to either close your eyes or have a gentle gaze down towards your cheeks and come into awareness of how you're feeling today. Not trying to change anything, just notice where you are in the present moment right now. Maybe take this time to scan your body, starting at the crown of your head, going down through your face, going down all the way to where your sit bones attach to the earth. And taking note of your emotions as well. And from here, starting to come in contact with our yoga breath, inhaling and exhaling in and out of our nose. Bringing the air in all the way down deep to your belly, and as you exhale, releasing all the air out of your nose. If you came with your own intention for class today, go ahead and think of that now. Otherwise, I can offer the intention of breathing with movement. Allowing yourself to flow just as your breath flows naturally throughout the day. You can keep your eyes closed or flutter them open, and on your next inhale, raise your arms up toward the sky. And as you exhale, release your right hand towards your right hip and lean over toward the right, keeping both sit bones on the ground. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release your left hand down toward the earth and lean over, maybe bending your left elbow a little bit. And again, reaching up, elongating your spine. Exhale, reaching over to the right, maybe a little further out, maybe not. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over to the other side. And one more time each side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over to the left. And inhale here, twisting up to the right on an exhale, turning to the right from your hips, reaching behind you with your right hand, left arm goes across, staying here for a moment, really building this twist from the bottom up, inhaling, filling your belly with air, lengthening your spine, exhaling, maybe see if there's a little bit more room to turn towards your right shoulder. And then on your next inhale, sweep your arms up, chest comes forward. Exhale over to the other side. Left arm behind, right arm crosses. Take a breath. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, chest comes forward, hands come together above you, and then lower your hands heart center on an exhale. Allow your thumbs to rest at your heart space here. Take a breath. Make your way onto your hands and knees. Hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. On your next inhale, fill up your belly with air and let your belly go down toward the ground. Gaze goes up, seat goes up. And exhale into cat, rounding your spine, letting your head fall in between your head or your arms. Inhale, belly reaches down, shoulders back, chest forward, gaze up, seat up. Exhale, rounding your spine. Looking back towards your thighs. Continue that breath and movement, going at your own pace, adding any kind of organic movement that might feel good for you. Moving back and forth. Going to check here. All right, good, good. Continuing to breathe. And then as you come to stillness, reach your right toes to the back of your mat, curl your toes under, and then shift your heel back, getting a nice extension, a nice stretch rather in your calf. And then shift your shoulders forward. And this time, on an inhale, raise that back leg up and then rainbow it over to the left side and lower your toes down toward the left, all the way to the ground, and look back toward your foot over your left shoulder. Feeling that side stretch there. And then on your next inhale, raise your legs up, really thinking about your core as you're moving. And bring that right leg out to your side. And I will come and point center so you can see. So your right leg is out, hands are underneath your chest or underneath your shoulders. And from here, go ahead and reach your seat back toward your back foot and shift forward. And again, exhale as your seat goes back and shift forward. Seat goes back and shift forward. On your next inhale, raise your shoulders over your hips and reach your hands up high. And then as you exhale, release your right hand down your right leg. And on an inhale, sweep up and all the way over, lowering your left hand underneath your shoulder, right arm next to right ear. Make 3 big circles with your shoulder here. With your whole arm, really. And then on your next inhale, raise your shoulders back up, really using your core. And exhale, hands come back down. Come back to hands and knees. From here, reach your left leg out. curl your toes under, reach that heel back. And then shift forward. Inhale, reach your left foot up, rainbow it over towards the right back corner, lowering your toes down, looking over your right shoulder toward that back foot. And then as you inhale, reach that leg all the way up and over, taking that left leg right outside of your left hip. And then shift on an exhale, shift your hips back toward your back foot. Only coming back as far as feels good for you. Shift forward. Bring your seat back. Shift forward. Seat back. And shift forward. And I'll mirror you from here. On your next inhale, raise your shoulders over your hips, reach your fingertips up high. And as you exhale, release your left hand down your left leg, reaching over towards your left. Inhale, shoulders over your hips. Exhale, release your right hand down towards your right side. Left arm comes next to your left ear. And then making 3 big circles, starting that circle from your shoulder. And on your next inhale, reaching up, shoulders coming up over your hips, fingertips come up. And then exhale, bring your hands back down. Make your way back into your tabletop. Excuse me, kitty. And from here, a first downward facing dog. Curl your toes under and raise your seat up high. Pressing your chest back toward your thighs. Walk your dog here by bending one knee and lowering the opposite heel to the earth. And then shifting, lowering the opposite heel, bending the opposite knee, going back and forth, however that feels good for your body. Trying to let your head kind of relax in between your upper arms. Finding the movement here and then allowing stillness to come. Your legs can be straightened or a slight bend in your knees so that you can really feel that your seat is reaching up toward the sky in an upside down V. And lowering your heels down toward the earth. And breathe. On your next inhale, look to the front of your mat, and as you exhale, come to a forward fold at the front of your mat by tiptoeing your feet toward your hands. And as you come to your forward fold, maybe your knees are really nice and bent so that your belly and thighs can touch. Your head is hanging in between your upper arms. And on your inhale, raise your shoulders even with your hips in. Support yourself with your hands into your shins or thighs. Gaze down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips all the way up to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands heart center. Take your thumbs at your heart space here. A moment of stillness in between moments of movement. Staying present on your mat and in your life. On your next exhale, come to a mountain at the front of your mat. Palms reaching open toward the front of your mat, the small, short corner. Knees are pointed forward, knees and toes pointed forward. Shoulders above your hips, head above your heart, chin parallel to the ground. Coming into our sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, tip from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, feet go to the back of your mat. Plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, bending your elbows back towards your feet. And then roll your shoulders back. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Hands down on the ground for Sphinx. Take a moment here to feel this first back bend. Breathe. And then from here, plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes, maybe come to your knees, and then downward facing dog on an exhale. Inhale, look to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Step up to your mat, forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Forward fold on an exhale. Come all the way up to standing on an inhale. Reach your fingertips up toward the sky. Maybe your gaze goes up. And exhale, lower your hands, heart center. And again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, tipping from your hips, forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Forward fold on an exhale, planting your hands. Feet go to the back of the mat, plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, knees raised or lowered. Inhale, scoop your shoulders back. Press into your hands for cobra or lift your thighs for up dog. Exhale, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Half lift on an inhale, forward fold on an exhale. Come all the way standing on an inhale, sweeping your arms up toward the sky. And then exhale, hands, heart, center. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Forward fold on an exhale. Plant your hands, feet go to the back of your mat, plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward, coming up onto your tiptoes. And then chaturanga on an exhale, knees up or down, elbows going back towards your feet. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, find your back bend. Sphinx, cobra, up dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Finding a moment of rest in this pose, or coming down into a child's pose with your knees to the outside of the mat, toes together, seat goes back. Wherever you are, take a few breaths and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. As you're ready, come back into downward dog if you're not already. And then on your next inhale, shift your gaze up to the mat, up to the front of the mat. And then as you exhale, step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your shoulders over your hips, hands come up, and then add a slight back bend toward the sky. And then straighten your body, hands come together, exhale, lower your hands, heart center, and take a breath. On your next inhale, raise your fingertips up toward the sky. Chair on an exhale, bending your knees. Your seat going back, looking down, making sure you can see your toes. Your chest is staying open and proud. And then on your next exhale, come into a forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Forward fold on an exhale, and then plant your hands and bring your right foot to the back of the mat. Left knee stays bent, coming into a runner's lunge. On your next inhale, raise your shoulders over your hips, coming into crescent. The back leg stays straight and strong, heel up toward the ceiling. You can use your thigh to help you come up. And then maybe reach your arms up toward the sky. Fingertips are nice and spread. On your next exhale, warrior two, rotate your back heel, open your wings, looking over your left fingertips. Inhale, shift your weight, shift your shoulders forward, flip that front palm and tip back, reverse warrior. Right arm comes to your mid back or down your back leg. Left arm is above you. And then inhale as you sweep that left arm forward onto your thigh, right arm next to your right ear. Inhale, shoulders over your hips. Warrior two. Exhale, release your shoulders away from your ears. And on your next inhale, rotate your back heel up. Sweep your fingertips up as your chest comes forward into crescent. Exhale, release your hands down. Bring that back foot to meet the front into a forward fold, front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips up high. And exhale, hands, heart, center. Other side. Inhale, reach up. Chair on an exhale, seat comes back, shoulders away from your ears, bending like you're trying to reach a chair behind you. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Bring your left foot to the back of the mat. Runner's lunge. Back heel is straight up toward the sky. And on your next inhale, raise yourself into crescent. Exhale, rotate your back heel down. Open your wings, looking over your right fingertips. Warrior two. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward, flip the front palm, reach back with your left arm, right arm comes above you, reverse warrior. Inhale, side angle, bringing your right arm onto your right thigh, left arm next to your left ear. And then inhale, shoulders over your hips, reaching your arms out, looking over your right fingertips. Exhale, release your shoulders down. On your next inhale, rotate your back heel up, fingertips come up and chest comes forward, crescent. Exhale, release your hands down, bring that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Maybe heel toe your feet out a little bit further and come into a ragdoll by reaching for your opposite elbows, letting your head hang, maybe shifting back and forth, maybe saying yes and no with your head to release your neck. Whatever feels good for you here. And then as you're ready, bring your hands back down to the earth. Bring your heels back underneath your hip points. And then half lift on an inhale. Forward fold on an exhale. Come all the way to standing on an inhale. And exhale into a slight back bend. Inhale, shoulders over hips. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Take a moment here and breathe. Taking a moment to work on our balance today, coming into our tree pose. So plant your left foot down into the earth, bend your right knee forward, and then open it up to the right and come to a little kickstand here with your right toes down and your ankle up against your opposite leg. Hands come together, and this is tree. If you'd like to try a different version of tree, maybe bringing that right foot up your leg anywhere but the knee joint. Just keep it away from the knee joint. Keep guiding that right knee back, your hips staying squared to the front of the mat. Maybe your arms reach up or out or whatever kind of tree you want to be today. And breathe. Keeping your core strong, keeping all four corners of your left foot into the earth. Knowing that trees sway. And then as you're ready, gracefully bring your right knee forward and lower your foot down, lower your arms if they're raised, and shake out that standing leg. We'll come to the other side. Balancing on your right foot now, left knee comes forward. Rotate your hips so that your left knee points out to the side. Make a little kickstand here to feel how your tree pose starts. And then using your roots of your foot to maybe allow your tree to create a different shape. Hands coming up, core staying nice and strong, continuing to breathe just like the trees. I know that's probably not scientifically right, but you know what I mean. Opening your arms up, finding your balance, hips squared to the front of your mat. Maybe swaying, thinking of all those muscles that are working to keep you in this balance. And then as you're ready, bringing your left knee forward, lowering your left foot, lowering your arms, shaking out your legs. Beautiful. From here, make your way down onto your mat. Lying back with your knees bent up toward the sky. From here, reach your left leg up and then cross over your right knee. Bring your right knee in toward your chest if you're not getting enough of a stretch just by being crossed like this. And you can take your left hand in between that little triangle, reaching behind with both hands behind your thigh or at the front of your shin. And breathe. Lower your right foot down. Bring your left foot down and then cross the right ankle over the left. Maybe feeling your stretch right here or bringing that left knee in and reaching behind your thigh, your left thigh or the front of your left shin. Lower your foot back down, the other foot, both knees pointing up, fingertips reaching down toward your heels, coming into a bridge pose here. On your exhale, raise your hips up toward the sky. Taking a few breaths here, exploring that movement, that stillness. And then as you're ready, lower your hips back down to the earth. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Reach your arms out to a T and lower your knees over towards your right side. Coming into a twist here. Maybe picking up your head and looking over toward your left fingertips. On your next inhale, bringing your knees above your chest and then lowering them over on an exhale to the other side. Roll onto your back, knees coming above your chest, gaze up. Maybe taking your hands around your knees, making some circles or rocking in any way that feels good for your back. Maybe making circles in both directions. And then on your next inhale, curling yourself into a tight little ball by bringing your forehead towards your knees and holding your breath in for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, release down into a comfortable position for your final relaxation. Allow your front body to relax, sink down toward your back body. And then allow your whole body to relax down onto your mat, relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Rotate your wrists and your ankles and rock your head from side to side, bringing movement back into your body. As you're ready, bending your knees and curling up onto one side, using your lower arm as a pillow for a last moment of quiet and stillness, to thank yourself for making it to the mat today, for allowing yourself times of breath and movement and stillness, and to remember that time at rest is never wasted. As you're ready, press your top hand into the ground and make your way up to a seated position. Hands, heart center. On your next inhale, reach your arms out and up. Bring your palms together. Exhale, lower your hands, heart centered. Close out our practice. It was truly an honor to guide you through this yoga practice today. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful week. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti means peace, peace, peace. Namaste. I hope everybody feels ready for the rest of your day after that yoga practice. This is Finn. He's a little needy today. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the hearts and I appreciate the donations. This is my full-time job now, and I'm trying to build a business, and so it is nice to be able to have this practice at my home before I head out and teach 4 different places today. So I'll be out driving around in the heat. I'm blessed to have air conditioning in my car. I'm very grateful for that. I like the heat apparently because I live in Texas now and it's hot, and I used to live in Phoenix. And when I first moved to Phoenix, I had lived in Wyoming before that, which is a very cold state. And I had in my 1981 Mustang, I had a engine block heater, and so the cord for the engine block heater would hang out. And so when I moved to Phoenix, people were like, "Why? What is that hanging out of your car?" And it was an engine block heater. But I didn't have air conditioning for a couple years while I went to college there, and I took summer classes too. And my car had T-tops, and so the sun would just beat down. And in order to take those off, I had to use oven mitts. So I remember looking for an apartment, and I moved there in August, and the heat was just so intense, and I went into a apartment complex to find a place, and the woman just looked at me and she's like, "You'll get used to it, I promise." I don't know if you ever really get used to it, but it's great. I don't know if I have anybody here who is in the southern hemisphere and you're having winter right now. That kind of sounds nice, but I like summer. I do like summer. Well, I'll quit rambling here. Oh, getting blurry. Thank you so much. I need my glasses. Thank you so much for your donations. Oh, I appreciate that. Marcel and Anne, thank you so much. I will be back here tomorrow morning, same bat time, same bat channel, and also Friday. Trying to do the morning thing, trying to start my day out, with a half hour of yoga. Oh, I look forward to seeing you again. So I'll be here at the same time the rest of this week, and then Friday, like half hour or something after the conclusion of this one, I'm going to be having a restorative practice, and that will be an hour long, especially in the heat when I guess the heat kind of sometimes can trigger our fight or flight. We're already in fight or flight more than we need to be. So taking an hour going into restorative poses, each pose is being held from anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. You train your body to start to relax, and you train your mind to start to relax. So I really enjoy the restorative classes. So hope to see you either there or tomorrow or next week. As some of you know, when I get donations, I do add a class in gratitude for those donations. So thank you so much. So next Wednesday will be, I'm trying to think of the word. It's too early for me here. Will be attributed to Marcel, and I hope I'm saying the name right, Marcel and Anne. So thank you so much, and I will see you again soon.